Morning, students. I hope that you are doing well. Today we will talk about the battery. So let's start. You probably know the feeling when your phone cuts out in the middle of your call. In that moment, you may feel more like throwing battery across the room. So battery allowed smartphone and other technology to exist without having to be plugged into a power source. Battery are used all the time for mobile devices, cameras, toys, games, clock. And as I told you before, the electricity is transported to our home or schools through what? Through cables. And also electricity can be stored in batteries. Batteries give electric power to flashlight, radios, cell phone, handheld games, and many other type of equipment. So what is a battery? A battery is a type or it's a kind of container. This container store what? Store energy. So a battery is a kind or is a type of container that stores energy until it is needed. There is some chemicals that exist inside the battery. So there is chemicals inside the battery that store the energy. When the battery is used, the chemical energy will transform into electric energy. These chemicals are so dangerous. Never try to open one. When batteries don't work anymore, just throw it. The battery can come in different shapes and sizes also. There are two basic types of batteries. A battery that can be used only once, it means only one time. It is called a primary battery. And this battery can no longer make electricity, like battery of flashlight, radios, and some toys. And the other kind or the other type of battery, the battery that can be used more than once, more than one time. It is a secondary battery. The secondary battery, or we can call the rechargeable battery. So we have the primary battery and the secondary battery. The secondary battery, these are the rechargeable battery, like phone battery, digital cameras, and the portable computer. Let's take the mobile phone examples. If I'm talking on the phone, the battery is making it work, but with the time, the battery will lose its energy. When the power has discharged, what happened? The battery will not power the device. So the power in them will last for a period of time. What I should do then? What I should do is to recharge the battery again. How? It can be recharged by plugging it into a wall power socket for a time. In this way, after some time, they will be fully charged again. But how does battery work? What happens inside the battery? A battery actually, I told you, it's a container. It's like a jar of chemicals. The chemicals inside the battery make some reactions. So the chemical will react with each other and they form the electron. These electrons would give us the electrical current. Why? To power our devices. If you look at a battery, you can see that there are two ends. One marked with plus for positive and one with minus for negative. We can call these end terminals, or we can just say end or terminals. The electrons that are created during this chemical reaction, they are created or they are formed near the negative end. So the electron they must move from the negative end to the positive end. In this way, when they move from the negative end to the positive end, they create the electric current. And as you can see, look at the simple electric current below. It consists of 3 parts: a battery, a light bulb, and a wire. The battery push the electron from the negative end, where there are many electrons, as I told you, because they are formed in the near the negative end, through the light bulb and then into the positive end, where there are not many electrons there. As the electron pass into the light bulb, we can see it lights the bulb. So what is a circuit? A circuit is a route through which electrical current flow. Okay, so now let's go to the extra sheet. Let's go to extra sheet 25. A battery is a kind of container that stores energy until it is needed. The batteries have 2 ends, a positive and a negative end. There are 2 basic types of battery: a primary battery and a secondary battery. A primary battery, a battery that can be used only once, like what? Flashlight, radio, and toys batteries. A secondary battery, a battery that can be used more than once, like what? Phones, digital cameras, and portable computer batteries. What is a circuit? Circuit is a route through which electrical current flow. The electron move from negative to positive end. Why? Because I told you the electron is formed near the negative end. That's why they move from the negative to positive end to create the electric current. Okay. Now let's go to the book, page 114. What's the title of page 114? Batteries. There are many types of battery. We have many types of batteries. They can come in many shapes and in different shapes and in different sizes. There are dangerous chemicals inside of battery, so that's why I told you never try to open a battery. Okay, so never try to open one. When batteries don't work anymore, they should be recycled. Just throw it will be recycled. A battery has 2 ends, a positive and a negative end. Now let's go to the page 115. We use battery powered device all the time. Boys listening to battery powered MP3 player, girl reading with battery powered flashlight, and as you can see in the 3rd picture, man using a battery powered drill. So all these are using a primary battery. Okay, what I mean by a primary battery: new batteries are fully charged. The power in them only lasts for a period of time. When the power has discharged, the battery will not power the device. Okay, now let's go to the page 116. Now we are talking about the secondary battery, or the rechargeable battery. Okay, there are many rechargeable battery powered devices. As you can see, this boy is speaking on mobile phone, right? And it's not plugged in the wall. A battery is making it work, as I told you, but the battery will discharge its power with the time. So with the time, it will lose its power. When the phone battery runs out of power, it can be recharged by how I can recharge it again? It can be recharged by plugging it into a wall power socket for some time. In fact, any device that runs on battery power can use rechargeable batteries. So any device that runs on battery power, we can use a rechargeable batteries. What I mean rechargeable, it means I can plug it into a wall power socket for some time, and it will be recharged again. When they discharge, simply insert them into a charger and plug it into a wall power socket. After some time, they will be full charged again. Okay. A car needs a battery so that they can start, but they need fuel to make them go. So they need battery to start, but they also need fuel to make them go. In some country, you can get cars that run completely on electric power. This car is having its battery recharged. So these cars they have a battery that should be recharged. Now let's go to the page 118, making circuits. How do we make the bulb light up? We have as I told you, how can I make a circuit? It's very easy. I can use only 3 items: battery, light bulb, and a wire. Okay. When we have a bulb, a battery, and a wire, the bulb will light up when the part of the circuit are joined correctly. So if I join all these items correctly, the bulb will light up. Why? Because the electron will move from the negative end to the positive end, and when they are moving from the negative end to the positive end, the electron will pass into the light bulb, and as I told you, when they pass into the light bulb, it will light the bulb. Okay. Now let's go to the quiz, and in the quiz I mixed 2 lessons: the batteries and the electricity. Number 1, circle the correct answer. 1 is a kind of container that stores energy until it is needed. Electricity, a battery, or a circuit? A kind of container that store energy. Okay. 2, the batteries have 2 ends, a positive and it's easy, of course not primary, neither secondary. Okay. 3, the electrons move from, I told you, they are formed near the negative end, so they are moving from where till where? So the electron move from and to create the electric current. Think, from positive to negative end or from negative to positive end? Number 2, complete. A, everything is made from little tiny things called what? Remember, this is from previous lesson. One of the things that make up the atom is called what? I told you there is something inside. There is something very small things inside the atom. One of these things, what do we call them? Thank you, and I hope that you enjoyed the lesson. Actually, I would like to say a couple of things, and I hope that I can deliver my message to you clearly. This was a pleasant and beautiful year. Some have improved and others worked really hard on themselves, but actually everyone proved their dedication to be educated, no matter how hard the situation is. And as I told you before, science is not just a course. Science is a reality that we live in our daily life. I hope this year was beneficial for you. And really, I wish you all a life full of success and improvement. Keep it up, okay? Take care of yourselves and stay safe.